So I'm here with Coach Sanborn of the Plymouth Bobcats, and this is our preseason gathering here. The team's ready to go this weekend, their first game of the season. Coach, how's the preseason been?
Been good. We got a good group of seniors, been working really hard. The team's worked hard in conditioning week and done those things. We just came out of our second scrimmage against Dover. So it's been a long preseason. We're excited for week one, and obviously we got to get better. We made a lot of mistakes, but the great thing is about film, it doesn't lie. But you know, the kids been working hard. We've been making some mental mistakes, but I can't fault them for their effort.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's never been a question about Plymouth's attitude, and the kids have always worked hard and they're tough. And it looks like you've got just a few kids coming back on both sides of the ball this year.
Yeah, I only got a couple back on offense and 3 back on defense, so we don't have much experience. We got a small senior class and a very small junior class, which is going to be tough. Yeah. Our freshman and sophomore classes are really big. Just because of those small upperclassmen, we may end up starting some sophomores this year, which you hate to do, but you know, they could be good ones down the road, but we're kind of throwing them to the fire this year.
Yeah. Well, it's always, I think the attitude has always been somebody will step up. And that's what's happened year after year, that kids that you saw the year before that didn't seem to have what they needed have come up and filled the spot. So a lot happens when you put them out there and put them in the situation.
Yeah, we're counting on our seniors. We talk about all the time. There's a lot of seniors that you know, haven't had much playing time, and we're counting on those kids. You know it is. You've been around those seniors. Their senior year, they just come in a little different. So we're kind of counting on those kids and hoping they can step up. And we got a lot of work to do. We're far from where we need to be week one. Pembroke's only lost one player from last year. They got a couple transfers in from Arkansas, so they're going to be tough. We know that, and we got to get clicking. We got to get a lot better this week.
Yeah. So on both sides of the ball, what do you have to say in terms of the kids that you have and speed and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, well, you know, we got a battle going at quarterback. Chris Sanborn's playing a little quarterback with Luke Basingwaite, Jake Sanborn, and Luke Diamond. Those are 2 sophomores, been kind of going at it. And, you know, none of them have really separated themselves from the pack. They all do something well at times. You know, we got Dylan Welch back. He got some starts last year in the backfield. Yeah. So he's playing fullback for us this year. It's kind of our premier running back position in our offense, kind of our tailback. Matt Cleary's playing some halfback. You know, we got Gabe Keane a little bit in the backfield. We got Gianni Ciotti playing wing and Caden Sanborn playing wing over there. And then on the line, you know, we got Brennan Johnson playing tight end a little bit with Mason Lassard. 2 wide receivers. We got Dylan Veazey and Parker Eastman going at it over there. And on the line, we got a few kids back, but you know, not much. Javon Kador comes back. He started last year. Yeah. He's going to play guard for us, and other than that, it's all new. We got Tyler Dekatowski is playing center right now. Sophomore, you know, he's a big one, but he's young. You know, Emmett Nossman, he's playing guard, and then Robbie Thorne, a sophomore, playing tackle. Okay. Louis Estrella is new to our program this year. He's fighting for a tackle spot with a sophomore, Tyler Medeiros, right now on offense. So there's a lot of young kids, a lot of new kids. So we got a lot of work to do.
I suppose when you project ahead to the future, you're pretty happy, but for right now, you're just hoping that these guys will get better faster and be able to compete.
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's a lot of programs out there that talk about a group coming through. You know, Lebanon did it last year with that group of seniors they had, but you know, this year they've fallen off the planet. Yeah. The one thing we pride ourselves on is being consistent year after year. Yeah. And when you want to be consistent, you can't look ahead to the future. Yeah. It's all about now, and that's why we've been so fortunate to have seniors step up in the past, because it's a hard thing for sophomores to step in. They'll be good down the road, but what about this year right now? Yeah. So we're hoping they can get better in a hurry, and we can have that senior leadership that we need.
Well, I know between you and the coaching staff, Tommy Lamb, that you are ready, you're prepared for every game. You know, whether or not, you know, the guys can actually do it is one thing, but you guys are always prepared, and I think the repetition that you have in practice really sinks it into the kid's head.
Yeah, it's been good, and we talk about all the time the coaching down at those young levels. We lost Zach Stewart this year. Moved away, who's been coaching our freshman team, but Zach McGlone helped out a little bit last year. He's an alumni, and Colby Moore came on board this year. He's working the school, just graduated in Plymouth State, so he's doing a good job. And we got another new young guy, Braden Lowry. He's an extra kid, works at MPA. Okay. So we've added those guys to our staff, doing a nice job. We had former alumni Chris Belmont came back and helped us at camp. Wow. You remember Chris Belmont, so did a nice job. He works at MPA. So, you know, we're really coaching them up and getting after it, and the kids been really receptive to it, working really hard. Yep. It's just a lot of stuff they got to put in, you know, kind of overwhelming them right now, but, you know, we got to get ready for week one in a few days.
You're putting 10 pounds in a 5-pound bag right now. Hopefully the right stuff goes in. What about your defensive side of the ball? What are you looking at?
So defensive side of the ball, we got a few positions. You know, Javon Kador comes back, played some defensive end. Caden Sanborn played some defensive end. He's playing a little linebacker right now. looks like Zach Carter Jr. is playing a little D tackle with Emmett Nossaman. We got a rotation going there. And then, other linebackers, we got Kean Woods come back this year, couldn't play last year with an injury. He's looking okay there. Got Mason Lassard on the outside. And, there's some other guys battling up for those spots. D-back, we got Dylan Welch, who played a lot there last year. Gianni Ciotti's looking in there, Parker Eastman, and Dylan Veazey in the defensive back. And there's a lot of kids pushing them right now. Right now, we just need some kids to separate themselves. Got a lot of competition going on, but nobody's really just separating themselves from the pack. And that's kind of what we're looking for. And they're all just kind of sticking together.
The boys come back in shape this year?
They did. I will say this: the kids did a great offseason. They lifted really hard. We lost Luke Bisson, a senior in our team last year, and everybody knows Luke was very committed to the weight room, and that gave this team a lot of motivation to lift in the offseason. They really got into it last school year and lifted hard, and over the summer. So that's a big plus. Lifting, we're ahead of the game there, and we got to continue that during the season. But that's the motivation that he gave us, and hopefully we can use that and kind of honor him there.
Well, I did know Luke, and he was a great kid, and certainly a great teammate. If you had 11 of them on the field, you'd win all the time.
Just a tough loss. Tremendous character, tremendous leadership, and just dedication. What a tremendous individual and his legacy. And we want to kind of pass that on to our younger kids. So we're going to do a night game this year here at Zulius Field, the first one ever. We're going to bring in the lights on October 7th. We're going to do that. So hopefully everybody shows up. We're going to do a gray out for brain cancer research, and kind of in Luke's honor, we want to do that and keep that memory alive and use it for good and pass it on to our young kids. Luke was such an integral part of our family, we call it all the time, and we want that to not just be lost. We want to pass it on. We talk about all the time about Doug DeCenzo and who he was. Doug's been gone for a long time. And we tell the kids all the time, you walk across that bridge and drive across that bridge, that's Doug's bridge, and who he was. And we want to pass that on about Luke. We want to pass that memory on these younger kids about who he was, what he did, why he was so great, why he was so special. And we're hoping again we did our flag football event last year with the school. So we're hoping to do that Saturday, October 8th, right after the night game, Saturday night under the lights. That's kind of our plan. If it all comes to fruition, we're pretty excited about it.
Well, I know as a past coach on the staff and now as a regular citizen being retired, I was just so impressed with how they made tribute to Luke through the whole situation, and it says a lot for Plymouth High School. Yeah,
it says a lot. That last year's seniors, he was a senior last year's class, but he had a lot of friends in this senior class, and these football kids just came and said, we want to pass his legacy onto these young kids, because these freshmen coming in may not know him. I mean, a few of them did that lived in Plymouth, but they may not know him, and we want to make sure that doesn't get lost. In high school with 4 years, things get lost so quick. People's memory get lost so quick, and we want to make sure that doesn't happen. And it really wasn't my idea. It was these seniors. That was their idea. That we wanted to pass it on. And we've been working really hard trying to put this night game together. It's been a long battle to get lights, raise money, and do those kind of things.
Well, that's right. I understand you're still trying to pay that.
People
in the community might want to help out.
We're still raising money for this event. It's going to take a lot to pull it off, and we're working hard on it, and the community's been great. We've got a lot of people that have donated, and I think it's going to be a great event, and hopefully we can really pack this place, and maybe people will see what it'd be like to have a night game here on Zulius Field.
Maybe there'll be lights in the future.
You never know. But I just think, event for these kids and the memory, and I think it could be a special night for us. So hopefully if anybody out there, especially our alumni and community members, they show up that night and support us, because it's a good cause.
Yeah, absolutely. So looking at a pretty competitive schedule this year?
Yeah, it looks like, we're in the East Conference. I was just looking at some predictions came out today. They got us picked 5th in the East Conference, not even making the playoffs. So they got us picked like 10th in the division. So that's tough. You want to make the playoffs, and but if I looked around, I'd pick the same way. In our conference alone, we got Bow, the favorite to win Division II. You got Kennett's got a lot coming back. That Gorosky kid, they got a new coach up there. I mean, Guilford Belmont is loaded. They've got everyone back, a ton of talent. St. Thomas, who beat us last year, has got a ton come back. Great coach down there. So, and right behind us, they got Pembroke. They got a ton coming back. Lost one kid and a couple of transfers in. So, we got a tough schedule. We got to battle it out. And then on top of that, we got our crossover game with Sauhegan, perennial power. So they're the best team usually coming out of the West Conference here. So we got a tough schedule, which is exciting. But you got no weeks off. And we let a few slip away last year that we want to kind of rectify those situations, those things that we did.
Well, Well, I know you a little bit, and I have a feeling that you may be using some leverage with that. Hey, we're picked number 5 in the conference, boys. What do you think? We got a point to prove.
Careful, I haven't got there yet. I'll get to that. I'll get to them with them.
Timing's everything, Coach, and I know you've got it. So.
But those guys, they're going to see it. I think there's going to be a rude awakening for them.
Yeah.
I mean, we battled injuries last year,
yeah.
and we ended up losing down to St. Thomas. We 3 seniors were out, 3 senior captains, excuse me, and then we lost here to Sanborn, a game that we just. You go back and watch that film, we had some injuries we were battling. First guys were just coming back, and we were out of sync, but, we had to do it. And, we went down to Milford, a team that battled right to the end of the championship game. We went down there and almost knocked them off in the first round, played tremendous, and they just, they were a loaded team last year, and we gave it all we could, and I was proud of that to finish up on that note. But we got to realize that you can't let games slip away in the regular season. It affects you for seeding, but this year it could affect us a spot.
Yeah.
You just want to get in the playoffs. It's tough. It's tough.
Once you get there, anything can happen. So
it's true. Yeah.
And it's hard to beat a team twice or be beaten twice by the same team. So yeah. Well, look forward to the season. I'll be keeping an eye on things. I might even do a couple of games on the radio.
Oh, nice.
I love seeing it. I mean, I went to school here. I played here. I came back. I worked here, and I coached with you and with Lenahan prior to this. And it's just a pleasure when fall comes around. And
now you played for Coach Walsh,
right?
And you guys played down at D&M Park, right?
We did.
Did you play under the lights down there?
No, there were no lights there. No. Car lights.
Yeah, car lights. I don't think we've ever had a night game in Plymouth that I know of. I really don't.
No.
I knew this was the first one ever here on Zulius Field, but I'm pretty sure it's the first one ever in Plymouth. You know what I mean? So I think hopefully it's going to be a great event. A lot of people show up pretty excited about it. The kids. It'll be a great incentive for them, I hope. And
I think with the falls as hot as they are, that the night game might be a good thing to have. I think they'd be well attended and certainly worthwhile in terms of safety and overheating and things of that nature.
Well,
but
definitely we hope that we get it well attended. So Friday, October 7th is the plan. So hopefully you guys will be there, and it'll be a great event.
Good. Well, Coach, good luck with the season. And I know you're going to do your due diligence as well as the rest of the guys. You got a great coaching staff, and it's going to be fun to watch the kids and see what they do. And looking forward to it.
Yeah, we say it all the time. You want to be peaking at the end of the season. So we're not at our best right now. We know that, and but we want to get better every single day, every single practice. Yeah. And the kids been getting after it, but we just physically we've been working hard. But now we got to start doing the mental piece. Yeah. Cut down the mistakes. We'll get better.
Great. Well, good luck, Coach.
Thank you guys very much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Take care.